lot.
Yes. We are experts on doing that, Janet.
We put all our stuff out there.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
With no
How are
masks.
you? No mask. I was just laughing because a lot of times we are talking like personal stuff and we don't realize that Facebook
Yes.
is live, and then it hit us.
Yes.
So we were doing it again, and we're like, "Oh my God, was it live?" So
Yes. But
hello,
hello, hello. Now we know we are live.
we are live. So welcome,
And we don't
welcome.
mind sharing our life
Yeah,
because it's important sometimes to just
yeah.
show your own experience for others to see that we all went through difficult moments.
Well, yeah, and this is why we do this. It is those difficult moments that opens up us in such a space that now we want to share and help other people
Yes,
and be of
exactly.
service. And this is
Mhm.
why we are both here. So my name is Janet Altagracia, this is Maria
And
del
I'm
Sol,
Maya Del Sol, and we
and we
welcome
welcome
you
you
all to another date
with your
with your soul.
soul.
Yes,
Okay, so
definitely.
we have a nice juicy topic
Yes, as
today.
always. As always, thank you everybody for joining us. And today is Friday again. Remember that we will be here every Friday at 8 p.m. We have an amazing topic that we invite you to share afterwards if you feel like it served you or
Mm-hmm.
that it gave you some sort of good observations or it could serve others because you say, oh, maybe it will
Yeah,
serve me as well. Hi, Liz.
definitely hit the like and definitely share
Yes,
because
definitely.
this is one thing that everybody resonates with.
Definitely. Or at least it could help you have different angles of certain situations or experiences or things that happen in life that we don't see more. But when we get to listen to this perspective, you could say, oh, that's new for me, or I never thought about it, but it could serve me because now I can see differently.
Mm-hmm.
So our intention is that you can see differently certain aspects of things that happen in life that sometimes are difficult for us
Yeah,
to
that's true.
see, to process, to integrate, to include, to liberate. Because in order for you to liberate, you must first accept it, integrate it, and so you can transmute it and transcend it. That's the
Mm-hmm.
whole process. And so we are here with that intention. It's always a good intention.
And we love it.
Yeah, we
We
love
love it.
it.
Yeah.
Sometimes certain things might not sound proper or right because we have so much or so many
Programming.
programming and conditions what should be right or wrong or what should be correct or incorrect.
And that's the good thing
Mhm.
about that because Maya and I were just talking about a situation that I was going through. And that's exactly what I said. I'm like, oh my God, I am so conditioned. Like, but at least now I'm aware of it. So now I can process it and release it.
Yes,
And that's the gift that we get when we start getting aware of our conditioning.
exactly. And the hardest part to process is the acceptance of all what exists because it's easy to say it, but it's not easy to accept it.
Yeah, that sure is true.
Um,
Especially when you're triggered.
Especially when we are triggered,
And if it's
definitely.
something that we're not used to
Mhm.
or unfamiliar territory, a lot of times we might not know how to handle it.
Mhm.
We might put it on somebody else. But this is how when we come in, then we help you. Like, let's look at it, let's analyze it, let's observe it. And that's why these talks are so great because it gives you the space to do that.
Also, one part that is very important in every sharing that we're doing here, or in every constellation process, for example, or any therapy process, is that taking responsibility of your part sometimes is not easy
Yeah.
because it involves a lot, especially pain and suffering and emotions and things that also need to be processed.
Hmm.
So yeah, we wanted to say that before we start because these topics sometimes trigger us. It's like, oh, how come is she saying that she doesn't feel my pain, but how can she say that when she doesn't know? And but you don't know if I know because maybe I went through the same, right? So
And I figure if we're talking about it, we know because we attract what needs to be healed,
yes,
including us.
yes. Also, if we go further with what you just said, Janet, we have felt all possible pain
Mm.
because if it was not in this lifetime, it could have been from another lifetime. So you could have been the victim of many things that your DNA as a soul in evolution knows, feels how it is, or you could have been the perpetrator of someone else, and you also carry that pain, that guilt, or not, because we are all processing something. That's part of the process of growing and evolving. More than that, evolving, because that's what the soul wants to integrate information and transform it.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for being here again. Um,
We so appreciate you coming here and just being part of this experience. We
yes.
do enjoy it and we do love what we do. So now let's talk about some of the things. Let's start with the book.
Yes, no, before we begin with the book and before we begin with everything, we want to let you know that we are having our training program on family
Mhm.
constellations in February,
Yes.
in February 2024. And Janet, we will be doing an intro in person, right? Or you can take it also through Zoom. And that's going to be on September 17th.
September 17th from 11 to 2.
You want to talk about it? Where can they sign for it?
Right now I'm doing it through it's through Pegasus. I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat.
Or just say your WhatsApp number. Just
Oh yeah,
yeah.
and then you can just DM me. Yes, my number is 407-460-5756. 407-460-5756. Right now we're in the process of marketing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have all the information. I just know that I need to be there by on the 17th. But they're definitely gonna be marketing and there'll be posts and stuff like that. And just
Beautiful.
DM me and I will let you where you can either go live or you can do it through Zoom. And it's gonna be a great experience because I'm gonna be doing an intro and we'll go from there.
Yes, and also to experience what a family constellations is, because
Hmm.
most important of all of the information that you can take is to live the experience.
That is the gift.
That is the
Absolutely.
gift that you take from an introduction or from a therapy. Janet also is a graduate from the Institute. And if you want more information about the Institute, you can go to www.systemichealinginstitute.com, and then you can see the whole program. And so if you want to be part of the program, we welcome you.
All the modules, everything is there. It's very thorough.
Yes. All right. So that would be the announcement. Also, that if you haven't purchased the book,
Buy the book.
buy the
Buy the
book.
book. So I have read this a couple of
Mhm.
times and I'm back to reading it because
Mhm.
it's one of those books that you continue to read. And right now, like as I get ready for the intro, so here's the book, which I'm reading. So buy the book.
Buy
Buy
the
the book.
book. You can find it in Amazon in a paper version as well as in Kindle.
Hmm.
So, Alchemy for the Soul. And if we talk about why alchemy, because what we're working on doing as souls is creating alchemy, and the alchemy of those unresolved emotions of our ancestors that are affecting us today, that we are carrying, of those unresolved memories that we carry or we continue doing as invisible loyalty to them or as a repetitive pattern. And then, so, oh, thank you, Susie, saying that she recommends the book. Thank you
Oh yeah.
so much. Also, Agrigento, Evolving Book. Thank you so much for your comments. Hi, Beth. We see you on Facebook too. Thank you so much for being so present. I so love it when you guys are out there because it makes me feel like we are all here together
Hmm.
sharing. And it also motivates us to stay, to be here with you. And also, um, it's just like feeling the tribe.
Yes.
I love it because then I feel more. like it's nice to share. Like I feel like you motivate me, you motivate us to
Absolutely.
do this,
Yeah.
to keep
So
doing this. So
so we
thank
say
you.
thank you. And like I said, thank you in advance. And what about the other program, the one that we have online?
Yes, so if you want to begin your journey before doing the program, we have a program that is called Soul's Journey. And Soul's Journey is a digital program. You can purchase this in Hatmart, hatmart.com. It's a platform, and that is a version of this book in video. Some people don't like reading, but you can also read it and also at the same time watch the videos and do the exercises, because in the advantage of that program is that you follow me.
So it's guided exercise,
It's
which is really
guided
good.
exercises where you can say, okay, I say now repeat after me. And so there is a, the waves of the brain that you enter in this level where you are more in that meditative state where you can absorb the information in a different way. So we do recommend you, if you, it's hard for you to read and to understand the reading, the exercises, when you're saying them out loud, you're using the power of the sound. That is very powerful, of course.
Hmm.
All right, so are we ready to begin our topic?
I think we are. And what is our topic
Awesome.
today?
Well, our topic today is called the wound of humiliation. Hmm.
Mhm.
And before we continue, we want to say that this information comes from a book called The Five Wounds of the Soul That Don't Allow You to Be Yourself. And the author is called Liz Bourbeau. And this book will give you lots of
Insight.
enlightenment and
Yeah.
insight. Yes. So we have been talking a little bit about each of these wounds. We all have a little bit of each of those, but there's one or two that are stronger. So if you haven't seen the other ones, we invite you to check the old chapters, the old programs that we did
Hmm.
2 weeks ago and last week. We talked about abandonment and rejection and betrayal, and today we're going to be talking about humiliation.
Hmm.
Yes. Thank you, Beth. She's saying powerful. It's more than a book.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a
Thank you.
powerful
It is a therapy. I would say that is a good company. It will give you a new set of eyes for you to see life differently. And so it will free you from what you couldn't understand in your own life. And that's the intention of the book, of course.
one. Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
Beth, for your comments. We appreciate you. All right. So let's continue. The wound of humiliation. So, when does this wound, let's say, it's created, right? Because, as we said before, there are certain ages, and everything was programmed when we were children, before 5.
Mhm.
So, this wound usually happens between the age of 3 to 5 years old. And how it happens? It happens with the parent who mostly takes care of you, or who trains you, who takes you to school, who teach you how to do things at home, how to eat properly, how to dress properly, what the properly things, right? So the conditioning again,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So it happens with that parent that is usually the one more present, and it could be mom or dad. It doesn't matter. Mostly it's mom, right? Because
Mhm.
moms are the ones that are mostly in charge of taking care of children, teaching them how to eat, how to do things. And what happens with this wound, or how it happened, is that maybe the child, of course, when we are children, we are very curious. And so let's say that, because I've seen these cases, and it sounds, of course, it's no fun to say this, but sometimes children get curious of their own poop. They do, and they're gonna
That's
touch
true.
it. And so when they touch it, or sometimes they put it on the floor and they smell it, or they put it on their face or on their clothes. And then the mom comes and says, "What are you doing? That's nasty. That's gross." And so when a parent says that to a child, the child is like, oh, so what comes from me is nasty, is gross, so I'm gross.
What about when they pee on the bed?
When they pee on the bed and the parents tell them that that's bad, that that's wrong, that they are dirty, they create this shame on the
Mm-hmm.
children, that starts the wound of humiliation, for example. Those two cases.
Mm-hmm.
Another case, the child eats and drops the food on their shirt, and the mother said, you don't know how to eat, you don't know, because the parents expect a 3 year old to eat properly and not to drop anything and to be neat and their clothes to be neat. But this child, uh, when he listens to this parent telling them that they are dirty, then these children start feeling, I'm dirty, it's my fault, it's me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good enough, you know. And that's when that sort of thoughts and limitations start to be created when we are about that age. I'm not good enough for my mom, I'm dirty, I'm nasty, um,
I don't do
it's,
anything right.
it's my fault, I don't know how to do it. And so all of these expectations, but the guilt and the shame start being like a burden for the child.
Yeah.
So since they feel this burden, right, these children grow widely
Mm.
because the parents expect the child to be already a grown up. Then these children, of course, are, small, but they need to be responsible, so they cannot grow higher because that's not the regular way a child grows. So they grow expansively to the side, so they create this roundness
Oh,
in the
wow.
body. It's like I need to be big because my mom expects me to be big and to behave like a big one.
Mm.
And so instead of growing like that, they just grow, oh, like big. So these ones physically are the ones that have more roundness, you know,
So look at that
bigger.
observation.
Mhm.
Because now that you mentioned that, I say sometimes when we see everybody's beautiful, I want to say that out loud.
Mhm.
Everybody's beautiful, but when you see someone that's a little heavy, you know what I mean. Then now I'm gonna say, wonder there's humiliation there. You know what I mean? So then you there's compassion.
Yes.
So
And what happens with these children also is very interesting because since mom doesn't like that, that's how the child develop the body.
mm,
And the things that happen to the child is a self-sabotage experiences. Let's say my mom gets mad at me because I'm eating a spaghetti and the sauce also is on my shirt. And so they try to eat neat, but something will happen. So the most embarrassing things happen to them because from the beginning, they cause shame,
mhm.
they cause embarrassment to the parents. It's like, those children that these parents that want to be so perfect. No, they don't want to be so perfect. They want to appear because they are
Mm,
all about appearance. So the parents with the wound of humiliation are mostly about what the others would say, what the others would think. I am not what I am, but how I look and what I do. And it's just sort of that sort of shallowness.
it's like you're very focused on your outside.
Very focused on the outside. Since you are so focused on the outside, guess what? The opposite happens. So you want to look neat, but something happens with your clothes, or you fall on the floor, or it's just all these little incidents that are embarrassing happen to you because since you were a child, you couldn't fulfill the expectations of mom and dad.
That's the unconscious self sabotage.
That's the unconscious self sabotage.
See, now we understand.
Isn't that interesting?
I
Because we
find that
must we must
fascinating.
understand our psychology. We must understand where this comes from.
I mean,
'Cause-
that was my famous question. Why do I self-sabotage? And then you listen, you learn, and you hear like, oh, it gives you another perspective. Let me look at it like that. Let me
Mhm.
see.
Yes. And usually, as the book says, if you have like this is your main one, probably one of your two parents have the same one.
I know for me, growing up with my mom, I grew up in the time where they put plastic on all this on the living room sets. Everything was plastic, and so one of the things that I had to be very careful not to touch things, not to dirty anything, not to do that. So
Yeah.
our parents do what their best, but I think about it when you said that. I'm like, I remember, mommy had all this plastic, and I
Mhm.
couldn't touch anything, and
So look at just that one. That doesn't have to do with this one of humiliation, but if we talk about it, is that you don't have the you're not allowed
not allowed.
to enjoy. Um, like there is a thing with the serving here. For example, also with lack of. I don't want that to get damaged. So don't touch it, don't use it. Let's use this plastic. So they miss that. So there is a lack of behind that scene that you just shared. But okay, let's go back to the humiliation because I can talk a lot more about it. Oh, by the way, if you got some comments about it, about what we are sharing here, feel welcome to share.
Put it
Feel
in the
welcome,
chat.
put it in the chat. And if you also have any topics that you want us to bring after we finish the book, we welcome your topics because we will be happy to give you the systemic perspective of it.
And even
Because
if you want these topics right on the five
Mhm,
rooms to go for us to go a little deeper,
mhm.
let us know as well because we can
Yes,
definitely do that.
yes, definitely. Agrigento say how to heal children with this. My first two before I knew there was some of this from me. Mm. Well, Agrigento, let's say that first thing you need to do is to heal your own wound. Because, yes, you did things unconsciously, maybe to your own children. And we mothers, we feel guilt, especially when we get to hear this sort of information. We're like, oops, I think I did this and I just didn't know better. And then you feel bad. Say, oh, I'm such a bad mother. Now, how can I help my children release that information that I put on them? So first, I would recommend you to constellate, to do a family constellations therapy to maybe heal that sort of wound that maybe you experience with your own mother, because usually it's the mother who raised you. And maybe that would be healing, because that healing that will happen between you and your mother, let's say, will affect positively the descendants. When you do an experience on family constellations, that healing is not only for you, it goes for the descendants, and it also goes for the ancestors that couldn't do it differently. Because if you think about it, in society, you wouldn't survive before if it wasn't all about who you were, what you had, and what was your profession, and who would look better, who would have, it was all about what people could see. So you wanted to belong, because remember that we all want to belong. We want
Hmm.
to be in this society, and we want to be part of it. So we want to fit. And if we want to fit, I want to look good. And to look good, what do I have to do? Well, I need to look nice, and I need to become a professional so everybody will respect me. Yes, but all of these things is not who you are. It is the mask that you put on, right? So knowing this, we can start um, allowing, right, ourselves to see that this mask I've been carrying is not even mine. Maybe I can take it back to my parents. I can take it back to my grandparents, or for whoever, or when this started in my family system. So, good observations.
Mhm.
Yes, definitely. Also, you can start changing things. Like you expect, for example, a person with a wound of, or a mother with a wound of humiliation expects their children to look so perfect. And maybe it is a good moment to be more flexible. If you want to go play outside and get dirty, go get dirty. It's okay to get dirty.
A little dirt does you really good.
Yes, exactly. So all of these little things, there are ways you can switch that, because first thing you have to do is to say, Mom, you didn't allow me to grow. You didn't allow me to have fun because you wanted me to be perfect. And I'm not. I'm a child. And I want to enjoy life, because the ones that feel more pleasure are the ones with this one, but the ones that feel bad to feel pleasure because it's bad. That's the sabotage that comes into their minds. My mom told me that that's bad. So they have a lot of taboos with sexuality, but they are the ones that enjoy it the most, for example.
Mhm.
But they have to be hidden. Turn off the lights, all of these things that later on, as an adult, you start acting and behaving in these ways you don't understand. It's got to do with this one. Mhm.
Eye opening, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So what else? What happens with this one? We all carry these masks, right? That I'm not. So we're going to talk about the mask of the person with the wound of humiliation. And this mask is called the masochist.
Oh, wow, that's an appropriate name. That's what we're doing. We're being masochistic with ourselves.
We are so into masochism and we don't realize it. How can I be masochist? No, I don't do that. Oh, yes, we do. When, for example, Janet comes and tells me, Maya, um, would you help me doing this? And then I have lots and tons of work to do on my own. And I will look at Jan and say, yes, of course, I'll do it for you. Yes. And Janet leaves and I'll be like, oh my
Right.
gosh.
Haven't we all done that?
I put on myself a lot of responsibilities that I wasn't supposed to accept.
That was the time for her to say no.
Yes, because we don't know how to say no. And why we don't know how to say no? Because our parents were expecting us to just follow. Would you be a good child and do this? Yes, mom. Yes, dad. Masochism. Because we couldn't say no. Then we got so trained to say no that when something happens, first thing we say, yes, yes. Even worse. Even worse than that. The person with the wound of humiliation will come to a party, let's say, and first thing they would do is go to the kitchen and say, so what can I help with? Do you need help? I'll help. They offer help because they are so trained unconsciously to be the helpers, even though they don't want to do it. They don't know how to enjoy the party because they are the ones that come at the beginning, help with the decoration, help everything to be happy, everything to be happy, everything to look nice, everybody to be happy because it's about appearance, right? Everybody leaves the party. They don't get to enjoy the party because they are doing this, doing that, making sure everybody's fine. And then everybody leaves, and at the end, they are the ones cleaning.
And exhausted.
Yes, so that is a mask of masochism, because I don't think anybody wants to do that. You want to go to a party and enjoy the party just as the rest of the people.
Mhm.
Yes. So if you see each of the wounds, we all have different behaviors, different masks. And so people will say, oh, how nice Janet is. She's always so
Oh,
at
it's so
service,
helpful.
so helpful. And maybe inside of you, you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired of helping. I really wish I could sit with that group of people and
And
do
I know
more
it's
and enjoy more.
don't we have a friend? We all have a friend like that, and that we always invite to the party because they're gonna be so helpful.
In a party, you would see all sort of wounds acting with their masks. it will be funny, but yes, definitely just observe that. One thing is funny about the people or people that are carrying this wound, like the mainly wound, since they are like so round, they tend to buy clothes that instead of being loose, they are tight.
Mhm.
So, for example, you see these women that have these clothes and they have all of this heaviness, but the thing is like they show all of here and everything down here. So it's like they don't realize that the clothes they're buying is too small for them. So embarrassing things might happen to them because of that.
So you think about it, they keep creating that embarrassing moment.
They keep creating the embarrassing moment unconsciously, of course. This is all
Unconscious.
unconscious. Yes. What they want the most, like their biggest desire is freedom, but they don't know how to be free. Because once they have some time for themselves, they are already looking to be doing something to serve others, to help with others, to help, because I cannot be just giving some time for myself.
And that's something to really look at because it's so important for you to spend time with yourself.
Mhm.
And a lot of us don't know how to do that.
Exactly. And you know something else that is very important from this one is that they don't want to bother others with their own things. It's like, I'm not gonna bother you because no, it's not important. It's not
Yeah.
important,
Or it doesn't matter.
or it doesn't matter. It's just nothing. Nothing. It's not, but it is
It
something.
does matter. I know now because I tend to say that a lot. And
Hmm.
I catch myself. I say, oh, it doesn't matter. And I go, no, but it does matter. Because if I brought it up, it matters. And then that once I say, but it does matter, then I can sit and look at it, and do
Hmm.
the process. So it's
Hmm.
important. Everything matters.
Everything matters. You matter.
Matter.
Your needs
Matter.
matter. What you should prioritize is
Matters.
that it
Yeah.
matters. Your needs first. So
And don't even feel guilty about that.
that's
Your needs first.
a good point. Let's talk about what those emotions that carry the most, or those um, feelings, because they carry lots of shame
Hmm.
and guilt. Guilt. Oh, it's me. My fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. Even though it wasn't yours. Oh yeah, it's my fault.
I laugh, Maya, because that was my middle name for a while.
Instead of Janet Altagracia, Janet
I'm
Ford.
like, like I will go. I know it's my fault until I started working with you, and I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing to myself?
Hmm.
And I took that out of my vocabulary. I allow myself to say it does matter, and now I process different.
Beautiful. Yes. Um, because also that sort of deep feeling of not being good enough comes from this.
Hmm.
It's my fault. It's me. It is because of me that others are not happy. My mom is not happy because of me. My dad is not happy because of me, because I'm not good enough. And then we start diminishing our power, and we become again that little child
And yes,
that feels like I'm not worthy unless I help, unless I'm at service, unless I take the responsibility of others,
hmm,
unless I am good enough for others, unless I serve others. So all of these things can give you a sort of a good observation to see if you sometimes fall into that. You are looking for acceptance.
and that's key. That's what you're looking for, acceptance, no matter what it is,
Yes,
because once you accept it, then you can work on it.
yes. And that's self acceptance, because you're looking to be approved by others.
Hmm.
So I need to, in order for me to feel that I'm approved by others, I need to behave in certain ways. or do things to complacer. How do you say that?
To
Complacer.
to uh,
To
to
please
to
others.
please
To please
others.
others. So those little things make you think that that's not normal. Just think that it's not normal. It's not that you're good. No, you pretend to be good, to be approved by others, or to feel accepted by others because you haven't been able to accept yourself.
And that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yes, it is.
But
Yes,
it's
it
just
is.
looking at things from another perspective.
Exactly. Remember that we are all giving you this information from a different angle, and so that's why we.
And we say be gentle with yourself as you process this of the humiliation wound. And if,
Exactly.
especially if you find yourself that you kind of do that, I know I found myself doing that.
Mhm.
So if you find that, because we all have a little bit of each wound.
Yes.
So
Yes. One more thing. About humiliation. You handle anything. I can handle that. I handle it. I handle it. I handle it. So wait, 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 wait. All this wait. Usually, people with the wound of humiliation have a lot of back problems. Oh, it's too much for me to. It's heavy, but I still can handle it. I can handle it. I can handle it. So, masochism again. I can handle it, and we don't need to handle it. It doesn't correspond for you to handle it.
yes,
We must learn how to take our part and leave others with their part. And to leave others with the responsibilities, not to take the responsibilities of others, to resolve it or to do them for them.
I like to give it to them, they want to grab it back. No.
Yes, yes. So that takes some work to do, but if you constellate, for example, do a family constellation session and liberate yourself from that because you're not a child anymore, you can do that. You can do that in a family constellations experience. Say, Mom, this is me, and I don't need your approval. I want to enjoy and to experience life without hiding what you feel is right or wrong or what you expect others to see right or wrong. I want to experience life as it is in my own way. And those are simple words that I'm saying here, but when you use them in front of your mom in a family constellation session, it's very liberating.
Yes, it is.
Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Marilu. It's so nice to see you. It's been a long time. I'm so happy you're around here. Someone here on Facebook says, Jeep, my mother and her mother had plastic on their furniture too.
The memories.
The memories. Yes, yes, yes. That's so funny. Well,
Thank you for sharing.
it is funny. And now that you just said that, when I was a child, I remember that we would have the books. That's Dave. Dave. Hi, Dave. We had the notebooks, and they would put plastic on it so the cover won't get damaged. And the funny part is that the cover was the prettiest thing that I wanted to see, and they would cover it with this plastic, and I was like, but that doesn't look good. Oh yeah, because of the corners, and the notebook will be for the whole year, and you'll be like, okay, okay. That's so funny.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh. Okay, let me see. I think I said everything. I think I mentioned the most important threats of these wounds, and we hope it somehow gives you some good insights. Um, and somehow, we feel like we want to be approved many times by others.
Yeah.
Hi, Caro. Love from Costa Rica.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Pura vida. Pura vida. So it is good just for you to have these observations, and you can say, yes, I have the tendency to do that. or to accept that, or to say no, because I haven't been able to say no before. When I was a child, I was so used to saying yes to mom, yes to mom, yes mom, yes
Mm-hmm.
mom. I will do it your way. And actually, the person with the wound of humiliation, if mom was the one who raised you, have a lot to hear with mom, because could never say no to mom, and it's always looking to
Mm-hmm.
approve, the mother's approval. And so a lot of things to hear. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes.
But at least
Um,
now you have a start and you have some guidance. And now you, as you observe your life and you see these things, remember vocabulary is okay,
mhm.
acceptance,
It matters.
it matters.
My
It
things
matters,
matter.
yeah. And it's all
Exactly.
right. Like it's important. Yes.
Yes. And if you feel like, oh, I need to go farther because this really triggered me, then Janet does family constellation sessions through
Yeah,
Zoom
actually,
and in
yes. Or
person.
in
And
person. My
what's
number
your
is
number?
again
Mhm.
407-460-5756. And give yourself the opportunity to have the experience
Yes.
so that you can experience it for yourself. And it really does gives you a lot of really good perspectives.
It's eye opening and also very liberating.
It is.
Very liberating. I would say that what you could take the most from it is just to see the information that you cannot see consciously, because we want to access the info. But why do I feel this way? Why do I behave this way? When I want to say no, why do I say yes? I want to say no, but then I ended up saying yes. And, oh,
It's
and
like
then
before you know it, the word yes just came out.
automatically, and you're like, oh, I said it again. I did it again to myself. And so you want to stop this, and but not only by doing conscious movements, but you need to liberate also
Right.
mom or dad.
Yeah. We want to know where did that stem from.
Yes, the root
Oh,
cause
the
of
root cause of that. And
conflict.
that's what the constellation does. It shows you that.
Exactly. And also help you releasing
Mm-hmm.
the repetitive pattern by saying this specific wording that we use in constellation.
Because wording is very powerful and very healing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely very key.
Yeah, it's your word. You're finally saying, no, mom, I'm sorry, but I respect your perspectives, but these are mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I respected mine as well, as I respect yours as well. And I honor you, and I thankful for life, but I am choosing myself this time.
Mm-hmm.
That's very powerful to say.
Choosing to do it differently.
Choosing to
That's what
do
my
it
teacher
differently.
always tells me. Choosing to
To
do
do it
it differently.
differently.
Yeah.
Yes, because then if you don't heal this, then you will be experiencing the same, not with mom and dad, but with friends, at work, with your children, with your husband. And then you will be the same sort of victim of humiliation, because you haven't healed it with the origin,
Right.
which is when it happened, which it was with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. It breaks barriers. Yes, Agrigento. Thank you
It
so
does.
much. She
Yeah.
said the family constellations is a good possibility. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of your comments, and thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
So
Next week you're gonna be away for a couple of
yes,
weeks.
I have this announcement.
Nice.
And it is an announcement that I'm gonna be gone for a month and a half.
What
Yes.
are we gonna do?
Yes, I'm taking next week I'm going to Miami to take a hypnotherapy, a clinical hypnotherapy certification. And that's going to be for a week in Miami. And then I'm leaving to Egypt. So I will be traveling Egypt because I'm taking a group of people to live this experience. We're going to Egypt, Turkey,
And
Greece,
yeah.
and Jordan.
Wow. Yes, a
So
great, very much deserved vacation,
oh,
Nadia.
thank you. But it will be a vacation. It will be fun. We will be doing some energy work there, energy constellations. Well, what my idea is to, I call it weaving. Is that how you say it? When you
Yeah, weaving.
weaving,
Mm-hmm.
weaving. Um, some constellation work to heal memories from the past, but not our individual memories, but we want to work with collective memories that have affected humanity that still affect us today. So we already have a date set in a beautiful oasis place where we will be doing this in the desert. And hopefully that can also help release some of the information that we have been carrying transgenerationally. And that's our intention, mainly my intention to go to Egypt. And so, well, if you want to join, we still have one space left.
There we go.
Because someone couldn't get their passport, couldn't make their passport. So we opened the possibility today, and we are sending it out there. So if you feel like
it's for you, you might be the one.
Maybe you might be the one. So, but you don't have to take the whole journey. You can take only Egypt. It's from the 12th to the 24th. It's only 10, 11 days. So we would be have the pyramid in private before the public comes. So that was a unique experience.
It was. I did that one. That was oof.
That's very powerful.
Yes.
And then we also, and we're gonna have the Sphinx in private as well this time. Yeah, I'm excited, and
I'm so happy for them. It's gonna be such a great experience.
And Mount Sinai that I want to do. We want to do a walk, a meditative walk, as we climb this place. And so if you want to join our future adventures, welcome as well.
Yeah, every year look for it, because every year we'll have a future adventure. I love this.
September.
I love this about my teacher. Love it.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm not gonna go to this one, but I will be going on with you in the future.
Definitely welcome, Janet, and everybody.
Yeah.
Remember again that on September 17th, Janet is doing an intro on family constellations at, what's the name of the studio?
It's called Pegasus.
Pegasus. Yes. Pegasus is one of my animal power animals.
Yeah. It's in Daytona.
So for more information, text Janet.
Just text me, and I'll have more information. I know that
your number again?
407-460 5756, and you can look me up on Facebook as well. 407-460-5756. And also, if you go in the systemic, we're all there as well.
Yes, the therapist. Yes, systemichealinginstitute.com. Janet is there as one of our graduates, facilitators, and now she will be doing the intro and hopefully teaching soon, because I will be doing a training for coaches who want to teach our program.
And it's so great because that gives her an opportunity to do more stuff and get deeper, yes. and do more different classes. And I'm definitely looking forward to all of that.
Beautiful. And also because I just we opened the foundation.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Ancestral Healing Foundation, where we want to work with people who are private of freedom, meaning that people that is in prisons, also people who have been victims of abuse in any ways, physically, sexually, emotionally. Also people who have addictions, and people who has, we have like 5 different categories. We have the website in English and Spanish first, but then English is going to be up next week. We are working on it. And the foundation is officially open here in the States. And we want servers. We are looking for servers who want
volunteers
to volunteer.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is that we work with these institutions that are in care of these people, so they can allow us to have an intro. And if they feel like, oh, maybe I should get a therapy on that, and of course this is going to be free for them, then we can have the facilitators doing the therapy for them. And that's the whole concept. Pretty much that's what it is.
I love the concept. It's going to be really great, because we're going to the people that don't have a chance to do this.
Yes, and that's where the programming is, and what we need to liberate is in the system. So we want to work with the system.
The system that has the victims that are victims of that.
And the perpetrators and all of that.
Those fun people.
The inclusion of what is, because we cannot deny the the both the duality.
Yes.
It is what is, and I cannot be only pretending to like the light and not the darkness,
Right.
because both are part of this experience on earth. This is how it was designed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And one part that is very important is to include everything as is, even though it is difficult or hard to accept.
It's just part of our wholeness. It's part
Yes.
of our oneness. So
Yes, yes. So that's why I want others to start teaching, for me, because then I will be able to dedicate more time to this foundation, which I believe is my purpose.
and your other project, the one that we're doing in Mexico.
The one we're doing in Mexico, we'll be talking about it probably next year, because let's take one step at a time.
So
But
much good project.
there's so many beautiful projects, and you're welcome to join us and to be part of this tribe, this community. We welcome you all, especially if you resonate
Yes.
with the information of systemic work.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody resonates with it. First of all, you have to be brave to
You do.
um, to get into this field of memories and say, "Oh my gosh, is that what is in me? That is in the collective of my family that I'm somehow carrying, and
Yeah.
I don't like it, but it is there."
It is. Yeah.
And so we get to include that information and integrate it, then we can be the transmuting possibility for the system, for my
Mhm.
life, and for the system of life. And that's our purpose, that intention.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So we want to say thank you for being so present, and for sharing this information. It would serve someone maybe who has the tendency to say yes to everything, even though I don't want to do it.
Right. Exactly.
For
Exactly.
those who say, I feel it's my fault, maybe it is
Mhm.
not your fault. Maybe
Right.
it is a memory that you're carrying where you feel that it's you, but actually it is a wound that has been carried in your
Throughout
family system
generations. Yeah.
throughout generations, and you could be the one who can liberate the system from it.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the tendency to how I look, what everybody would think about me, and all of this shallowness that sometimes we fall into it, then it's like, oh, maybe that I'm trying to put a mask. I'm not. I'm not who I pretend to be. Maybe I just should look to find myself and be fine with it. So, family constellations is a tool and a possibility to recognize what's happening within you and to integrate it and liberate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, saying that,
Yeah.
we will see you next time.
Next time in about 4 weeks.
Yes,
Maybe.
not longer.
Yeah, I was at 5 weeks. You need time to rest and kind of.
Yes,
So, but the point is that we will continue in the future.
yes, definitely. So
So,
we're sending you
lots of love.
love.
Lots of love.
As Giovannina, the gentle Giovannina. I'm so glad you're there, Giovannina. Thank you so much. Good night for you too. And thank you, Dave, Marilu, Beth, Liz, and everybody, Antonio and Sylvia, everybody who was out here also on Instagram, Caro, and Marge, you were around there, and Carly.
Yay.
Yay! Thank you so much
Thank you to all of
for
you. So
for
for your
being.
support. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
yes, yes, yes.
Remember, hit the like, okay?
Send some
Send
hearts,
hearts and
and
send
share
it
it.
to everybody. Share, share, share.
And share the love. Share
Share
the
the love.
love.
Yeah, share the love. Send it to people that you think maybe they don't like. Send it anyway.
Yeah, send it anyway.
Send it
Look,
anyway.
I just saw these two girls talking about this. I thought it would like you, or it would serve you, or some of those words might resonate with you. That could be a good beginning for anybody. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, we love you.
Yeah.
Mwah. Sending blessings. We'll see you next time around.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.